Greetings, my good fams. We've got the Ubers Open, the 4th annual one. First one was won by, I don't even remember, and nor do I care. Second one was won by Badass. Third, last year's, was won by a guy who didn't do anything else, I think. His name started with an R. And he beat Steel Jackal, rip. Anyway, we've got Bouffalant in one corner, and Peak of Darkness, aka Level 56 in the other, and Ubers was excluded from SPL this year because it fucking sucks. But I will always have a special place in my heart for the most powerful of Pokemons. As Scizor lead, I don't know what that was trying to beat. It loses to like everything except Mega Gengar, and Xerneas, I guess. But, like, was he really going to lead Xerneas or Mega Gengar against, you know, the team with fucking Groudon, well, Groudon, obviously, and Ho-Oh, and Scizor? Yeah, I don't think that was a good choice. And instead, he takes a Dragon Ascent from Rayquaza with Arceus Water. He's immediately forced to recover. So, level 56 has the advantage. He won't even be at full. He might as well be, but he won't be. Exactly. So if he's EV'd to live some shit after Stealth Rock, then that extra 2% might cost him, because he picked a bad lead. Yeah, so now he gets a free switch to whatever. Primal Groudon, you know, you might think, hey, he absorbs, he fucking soaks up the water, or he doesn't soak it up, he evaporates that shit. As broken and stupid as Primal Groudon is, it is fucking cool. But Arceus Water likes to run Toxics, and that would not be fun. And Arceus Water actually does pretty decently. Once Mega Gengar gets... Oh, wow, he's Scarfed. Rip Rayquaza, and no Flying Resists, so... Yeah, that bad lead choice really biting him in the ass. I thought I did a little too much to Arceus to be fucking, not, like, boosted somehow, but I guess that Arceus is just a bitch. And I think support Arceus forms fucking suck. Like, if you want to waste the best Pokemon in the game, or one of the best Pokemon in the game, doing shitty, do-nothing support roles, then, you know, go ahead. Sort of like, why would you not fucking use, like, Geomancy Xerneas, you know? It's one of the most ridiculous Pokemon to ever exist. Why would you not use offensive Primal Groudon, you know? Xerneas is in it, it's going to take a beating unless it's Scarf itself. But I think Xerneas is faster than Rayquaza, yep. And the Forced Moonblast, semi-forced, means Primal Groudon... Okay, that stings. That really fucking hurts. He could, Geomancy here. I think he should, actually. I don't know how I feel about letting Groudon take that, because unless he's Roar or some shit, and he roars on Geo. But, how's he gonna stop it? Some Arceus form? I mean, Arceus is going to get hammered. Alright, nothing wrong with being conservative. And, I would assume that he was Aromatherapy, Geozern. So, in the event of T-Wave on Geo, then, you know, you Aroma the next turn, barring you don't get full parried, because T-Wave is so bad for the game of Pokemon. You have no idea. Maybe you do. But it is just so bad. Like, 25% every turn? That's fucking crazy. That's a fucking... Not many moves are... That's a fucking Will-O-Wisp miss. And see, there you go. There's Cloyster. Probably got detailed or some shit. And T-Wave is just so bad. Today has not been a good day for Pokemon. We saw but 2 terrible Smogon Tour series and a really bad OLT series. And it should therefore be unsurprising that this theme continues in one of the worst tiers. T-Spikes go down. Giratina is probably the defogger. It's nice because it can switch to Primal Groudon pretty decently. I mean, Dragon Tail smacks it the hell around, but hey, with Primal Groudon, you just settle. Scizor could also defog, probably. No, he superpowered the Groudon, and that did absolute jack fucking shit. What was he trying to hit? Okay, he's Mega now, yay. So he can switch into Xerneas Moonblast a little better. Or Gengar Shadow Ball. So he's conceding momentum a lot already. I bet we see a Dragon Tail here. Well, I don't know about T-Wave Dragon Tail. That seems like you're getting blocked by a lot of shit. But there's the Xerneas double on the Giratina switch. Well, Scizor is still at full, so Now he gets a free switch to Rayquaza on the Scizor, so that was a very, very nice chain. I would assume Rayquaza does run V-Create, and if he goes to, although there are no flying resists, and Scizor is not exactly striking fear in Rayquaza, so he can just click Dragon Ascent. I was going to say, with Rocks not up, he can go to Ho-Oh to absorb the fire move, but I don't think Fizdef Ho-Oh is kind of lost from Black and White, and I don't think he wants that thing taking Dragon Ascents. I mean, it can Regenerator him off, but it's still getting 2 KO'd, unnecessary damage, yada yada. Bullet Punch, crit, Dragon Ascent, that crit, so pitiful. Stings, but I still think it lives one more. It definitely should, even after the defense drop. Not to mention, he has like 60 million things to okay, he has Primal Groudon to switch in. So Boof is way behind. And he's letting himself get played really hard. No, I take that back. Okay, he was, but he made a very nice move there. Which is weird, because Bullet Punch shouldn't kill. I mean, it's doing what, like 35-ish, if the crit's doing 50? So, something around there. Oh, Rock Slide. See, here's the disgusting thing about T-Wave. Rock Slide is like a genuine thing. And there's another full. Dude, look, T-Wave is such a... I said through it already, but it cannot be stressed enough how fucking retarded this move is. So you can just T-Wave, throw out random T-Waves at the beginning of games, and it's going to carry you all the way. It's like... Cloyster Shell Smashing could probably sweep here, actually. Oh, well, no, because Scizor's healthy, but... Okay, it's got superpower. So he chips away at Scizor, forcing a Roost. Another free Rayquaza switch. Will he go to Ho-Oh this time? Predicting the V-Create, not wanting to get his Groudon poisoned. He wouldn't fear the Groudon poison had he been able to defog the T-Spikes away. But Thunder Wave is a wonderful move. Yeah, I guess flying resists aren't the most common thing in Ubers. Level 56's team doesn't have one either, so Scarf Rayquaza looks like a pretty nice pick. With those really, really strong Dragon Ascents. Because its speed kind of lets it down sometimes. But at the same time, people like to run slow shit. They like to run slow Primal Groudons and Kyogres and Xerneases. And you're not... I guess you outrun Arceuses. But at the same time, you can just pummel those guys. With switching in. I mean, you saw how much the Scarf Dragon Ascent did. So... I'm just imagining seeing Banded once thrown out, and you get the luxury of a Band Extreme Speed. And he does switch into... Fuck me! That is... How is that... You know what? That might not be Scarf after all. He might just have a really shitty Arceus. Because there's no way, absolute zero way, that that can be Scarf damage. I refuse to believe that. I fucking refuse. That's retarded. So he just had an even shittier Arceus. It's slow, too. I mean, not like it had to be passive and weak and all that. It had to also be fucking 0 speed or some shit. So Cloyster comes in on the Forced Roost. So he's, I mean, as long as Scizor stays healthy, then, you know, he's alright against this, since he's not getting up rocks. And, I mean, if he gets rocks, then Giratina will defog, unless... because he's not getting anywhere... Oh! A nice prediction, not fearing the Rock Blast, Boo finally making some headway, and he chips the Groudon. It doesn't quite kill it. I guess he was going for a burn, although people like to run like 0 speed on their hose too, and just a little creep. Even more offensive ones, because they're more concerned with running Bulk for Xerneas, which fails as soon as rocks go up anyway. But he's running some speed here, and he takes out the Groudon. Progress. So here comes Rayquaza. It is Banned Dragon Ascent, and it's time for death. Let's see who will be the unlucky sacrifice, as it is 5-5, but it's about to be 5-4. CB Rayquaza. Hey, I thought it would be pretty good, and looks like it's causing a ruckus. Is kind of valuable for Xerneas. I mean, the thing is, he kind of struggles against it, period, because Xerneas is going to get poisoned from T-Spikes. Giratina... Yeah, because Sneak does not kill. Absolutely, no way. And he's going to have his Groudon and his Xerneas poisoned. Oh man, please tell me he used Defog. Oh wow! Now that takes some fucking balls. Maybe he doesn't have Defog. Could his Scizor have Defog or something? But that's... So he's been trying to T-Wave the Cloyster this whole time, so he can't Shell Smash and sweep him. That's cool. And I guess he can't threaten Scizor with Primal Groudon anymore, so that was nice on Boof's end. Could the Scizor be Bullet Punch superpowered Defoggers? I mean, I would hope so. There's Scizor, no double on level 56, and I would have thought he would have tried to keep that up. I guess he can't really threaten... he's got Rayquaza! What am I talking about? I mean, surely, if this has Defog, it must use it now. I don't know why he was super... I guess he was predicting Shell Smash earlier. What is he Bullet Punching for? I guess he... level 56, Icicle Spears again. Does it not have Rock Blast or something? I guess it doesn't have room if it's running T-Spike, Shell Smash, and Rapid Spin. There's Arceus, Roost, Normal. Can we assume E-Killer? I guess we can also assume Overheat, or he's bluffing it, but Superpower also puts a fucking charge in that. So, his Ho-Oh is healthy, so we can switch to that, because it's unlikely that we see Extreme Speed used in this scenario. I'm imagining either Swords Dance or Overheat. Don't see him, you know, going for E-Speed, catch the Ho-Oh switch. I mean, if he thinks about it, he's like, and thinks about it from Boof's point of view, he's like, I don't want to grab him poisoned yet. I mean, seriously, where's the Defog? Those toxic spikes are gonna fuck him up. So, let's see. Does he? I'm sure he'd live or dies or whatever. Super powered Cloyster. Rip. I guess he predicted Ho-Oh or something. And now Arceus is. I guess the Overheat bluff didn't work. Or maybe Boof calced and was like, it's not likely that I die. -1. Oh, he's U-turned. Okay, so now we know he's not what's it called? The thing. Defog, 100%. Although I gotta say, I think he would have been better off using what is he sacking Giratina for? Oh, I guess to get rid of the -1 on Scizor. As Giratina goes down to Shadow Claw, rip. I think earlier on, if he had U-turn, and when he was facing Cloyster earlier, around, as that does nothing, but with the drop, then it's gonna do something. It's gonna kill him next time. God, that's, I mean, I know Superpower is supposed to check normal Arceus and shit, but, like, in practice, does that ever work? Like, seriously, that seems like such a theory thing. I mean, you must be relying on, like, hazards being up and shit, but even with rocks, then he would be in trouble. I guess it would be like, with rocks, his Bullet Punch would be finishing it off, his E-Speed wouldn't. But yeah, the U-turn against Cloyster thing, when as soon as he laid up T-Spikes, then he just superpowered Groudon for 0 damage. I think he would have been better off U-turning. As, there's another SD. Ooh, boy. And it's not even Life Orb, he can't stall it that way. And, Groudon's gonna die. So now we have to hope that, or Boof has to hope rather, excuse me, that it lives +3 E-Speed, or +4 E-Speed, I'm sorry. I don't see that happening. I would assume it's a Lumberry for, you know, Will-O-Wisps and T-Waves and all that. And, you know, things like Primal Groudon, Lava Plume burns. So, I think, Boof's only shot is, well, there's a crit to, top things off. And Scizor's Bullet Punch. How would that kill, though? There's no way that kills. It was a nice move on level 56's end. SDing again. So... oh, he E-Speed. So now E-Speed kills everything. God. What a broken fucking Pokemon. Jesus Christ. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why Ubers is not an SPL. Game 2. Beginning now. Here we go, and I burned my pizza because I forgot I put it in at the beginning of the last game. We see some stall from level 56, and we see some bulky offense type thing from Boof, so that's cool. I personally find it really, really funny when Mega Sableye tries to switch into Primal Groudon to block Celador, because that is just like such a hysterical mismatch. Like, I know rocks are a big deal, but like, Sableye is going to lose. You're going to lose your Sableye, and he's still going to get his Roxa. I mean, fuck me. Arceus Water's in, and it doesn't like to run Will-O-Wisp that much anymore. Maybe it runs Will-O-Wisp, Toxic, Recover, Judgment. But Toxic, I would assume... Why did he switch it right into Toxic? He has a Klefki! And then he can double switch the Groudon on Sableye, since it's such a forced switch. Don't tell me he used to... Okay, at least he chipped the Groudon. Oh yeah, he chipped the Groudon by a fuckload. Wow, this is going to be a massacre if Boof just lets him sit on him. Yeah, that was a really bad choice. I guess he's chipping away at it, but Blissy's gonna wish to it. Lava Plume. Woo, I guess he was aiming for the Yveltal. I'm not sure how you say it. But I think that might be the first time I've said that thing out loud. But, okay, he's rest, so I guess taking the Toxic wasn't that bad. Even though I think the momentum... Actually, it was that bad, because now you got a sleeping 60% Kyogre. And the momentum that you could have gotten out of switching to Klefki, threatening Spikes... Sableye doesn't even like to switch in. Or threatening to status on the Arceus Water. You know, that's a Heal Bell wasted. Then you double switch the ground, you fish for more Lava Plume shit, you throw out Precipice Blades. Just get all over him, man. Stall is good, okay? I love Stall. I used to use nothing but Stall. But, okay, there's a Dragon Arceus. Interesting choice for sure. As we see no immunities. So it's going to be firing off its... Oh, okay, now Boop is getting something done as it rests. So Rest Talk Lava Plume. I've seen that set. Precipice Blades. I forget whose it was, but he's going to Arceus Water to defog because passive-ass answers. And see, he can just go to Klefki and then back to Primal Groudon until he gets the Lava Plume. He can just fish for it here. He has to recover there. Good on Boof's head. There you go. There's step one. You double switch on those guys running Stall. They have to switch to those guys. You can't play risky with a Stall team. You can't, because you can't threaten back offense. That's why you gotta play aggressive, but not stupid and risky with your Stall. That's how you're gonna win games. And in a situation like this, where Primal Groudon is just like, it's so strong that it forces that answer in, then you fucking take advantage of that. You double switch. You fish for all that shit. You go back to Primal Groudon right here. And if he Toxics, you know what? Okay. Good thoughts, for sure. Boop, you know, I stand a little corrected, because you don't... At some point, people are going to start predicting your double switches. The truly great players, it's really hard to figure out when. The good, but not like elite players, it tends to be a little more telegraphed. And I'm not saying either of these guys are either of those categories, I'm just saying in general. But that was a nice move on his end, because now he can spike. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Okay, so I hope he has Protect. Like, I really do, because if not, I might just kill myself. I might just go eat that burned-ass pizza and choke to death. Because he better get rid of this. Because if not, that was awful. He could have spiked, he could have play roughed. Alright, dumb. Okay, so he didn't have Protect, level 56 switching out while he still can. And Focus Blast. I am just bewildered at what has transpired these last couple of turns. What the hell? That was just so weird. Like, did you really have to switch Klefki out there? Could you really not have, you know, thrown another player off, or spiked, or something, man? Yeah, him not having a Cleric with Primal Groudon, though, does mean he has to be wary about that Arceus Water Toxic, because otherwise he will get outlasted. So, Groudon's in, threatening Precipice Blades. Could he go to Lugia here? Because Arceus is weakened. It's below 50. Surely, yep, I think he goes Lugia. And I would have used Stealth Rock. I think he used Stealth Rock here, actually. Actually, no, because now, no, he had to use it versus Sableye. There was no way it was staying in. He had to go to Lugia. He couldn't go Arceus Water. Use fucking Stealth Rock there, man. Be all over him. If you bounce back your own rocks, whatever. He's going to defog away anyway. It's not that big a deal. Now he has to switch out. I mean, it would have been nice to burn Lugia, but at the same time, you know, big fucking deal. Klefki is actually threatening some spikes now, and he should definitely... Okay, Groudon, that's cool. The thing is, if he uses Stealth Rock here and gets Toxic by that Blissey, he better use Precipice Blades. Because he can switch to Klefki on Lugia all day, but if you're... in fact, I would even say switch to Klefki right here. You do not let that Groudon get Toxic. Or... Alright, he finally got the rocks. I guess he decided Blissey's too important for the... I'm not sure about the Arceus form and what kind of Yveltal it is, because I would imagine Yveltal got knockoff in Oris, and that would fucking, you know, crap on Blissey. So, but if it's like a special set with Oblivion Wing, then he probably wants a healthy for that sort of thing. And Klefki on Blissey, I do not mind this at all. And that's a Shed Shell Blissey, so he's not trapping it with Mega Gar. Mega Gar going to be his least valuable poke. The most Mega Gar is going to do is, if he can get it on Blissey, Blissey's obviously going to switch, right? So he can take advantage of that and force more double switches. That's how you punish it. So, Klefki is threatening spikes, and he gets the spikes. Heal Belled Arceus Water, but look at that health. Look at that health. It's 49%. Before that, it's at 25. It has to recover. It's going to get fucking creamed by everything. He might have gotten the status, the Lava Plume burnout, but he's still in trouble. In fact, I would even throw out a Play Rough here. You can, or if he has Toxic, then use that, because he'll hit the Primal Groudon if it tries to come in. And if you hit Sableye, oh no, you fucking Toxic yourself. Well, shit. And I don't think Sableye is coming into Play Rough with Rocks and Spikes up. So Boof is, he's making things happen. I mean, I don't agree with everything he's done so far, but he's going at it. And he inadvertently gets trapped, oddly, by T-Tar. I hope at least for his sake that he can... No, he has Focus Blast, he'll hit it. And T-Tar is hardly the most key player. In fact, he will dent the hell out of it for Yveltal, so that's nice. So, I mean, it was kind of a waste of his Mega Gar, but at the same time, not a waste, but he could have gotten more use out of it, but at the same time, it accomplished something. Now, Blissey can wish to it, but at the same time, would you? Do you think that's gonna, you know, handle, that's gonna, you know, come up? Do you think Blissey's gonna be facing Primal Groudon with a wish up and gonna go, yeah, I'm gonna switch to T-Tar, I'm gonna heal that thing up. I really needed to counter Yveltal. I don't think you'd even switch into Yveltal with Rocks and Spikes up, and down goes T-Tar. I gotta say, Precipice Blades has a great animation. Very nice. So Arceus Water's in, and here's an interesting conundrum. It depends on the Arceus form too. Here's a Yveltal, and I am not sure about Yveltal's ability to break through bulkier Arceus forms, as there's the Defog. Although no worries, the team isn't threatening a fuck, that's strong. And it can't be Life Orb stalled either, so he's going to have to recover a lot, and that's begging for trouble. He's also used... I'm always quick to check PP, even though not that much has been lost the first couple times I checked. But, you know, the more you waste... And, oh, wow, that's weakened. He can switch into shit now. If this is knockoff, he is in some shit. It'd be pretty funny to knock off a Shed Shell from Blissey and the Trap with Mega Gar. And we see two Primal Groudons facing each other as Groudon tries to come in on Bliss, which I guess doesn't run Toxic or something, or maybe he just feared of the Klefki switch. That makes more sense, since as he switched to Groudon. And Groudon, as far as I know, doesn't really like switching into Yveltal's shit. Or he was pivoting for knockoff, in case he had that. Very nice move on level 56's end. And now, I cannot really say much about this face-off. If I had an Uber specialist, then they would probably tell me about how much... Well, seeing as Boof's team is more offensive, I am going to guess that his Primal Groudon will be the faster one, as they both switch. As, oh, it's Dragon Arceus, of course. I forgot about that. Whether it's Calm Mind or SD, I'm not sure. It has Dragon Claw for stab, I suppose. But I think Calm Mind would be the more likely choice for those really powerful judgments. Because you tend to forget that, or at least you non-Uber folk tend to forget that Arceus forms, they also have a plate boost on their stabs. It's easy to think of it as just, you know, an Arceus, but they have the plate boost, and it's sometimes easy to forget that. And we see Klefki coming in level 56 is starting to punish with his own Primal Groudon. And Boof switch-ins are not nearly as solid, I don't think. So Dragon Arc comes back in, eating a Lava Plume, no burn, even though it's a crit. And I'm not sure why he's not getting up rocks with his Groudon. Surely it has him. He's really fishing for those burns, and he gets one. And now he can switch to Blissey, but is burning Dragon Arc that important? I would imagine Dragon Arc, with its really good one-move coverage, well, it used to be, not so much with fairies anymore, but it could probably run Calm Mind, Recover, Judgment, and Refresh. So I'm not sure if that was going to force him to burn Refresh, but why isn't he setting up rocks? I mean, he's going to defog him later, but still. So there's Judgment, so it is a special variant. And I think we're going to see Boof's Groudon come in right now. And look at that team, the stall team. I mean, it's solid and all, but it can't, like, all its switches are fucking annoyed like shit by Primal Groudon. It's so powerful. And, is he going to go for rocks? I mean, Sableye's around, Lugia, if it switches it on the right move, Groudon is just so tense every move. And there's Sableye. And that's a nice move on Boof's end for sure. Since Arceus is too weak to switch in, and so it probably wasn't coming in, because if it came in, then it was going to die. Most of what it would have done is like landed Toxics that died to Precipice Blades. If it came into the Lava Plume or Stealth Rock. And another Lava Plume as he, nice on Boof's end, very nice. I mean, he's going to Heal Bell with Blissey, but that's another free turn of momentum for Boof later. He's really scrapping. I always like to see that. And Groudon's like, what's it called? Fucking, I was gonna say, and yeah, so it's either Lugia on Precipice Blades or Sableye on the other thing, and see, that's why it's just utterly bizarre when Sableye tries to switch in and actually wins that. And he's forced. It's hard to make the double on Primal Groudon, man, because if not, then it's going to fucking Precipice Blades your shit in for 500 trillion attack. And here comes Klefki. There's a double to Primal Kyogre? I am not sure on that one. Not sure at all why you didn't just throw the spike down whatsoever, because now Arceus Water is gonna heal up, and that's kind of like... Oh, I guess he burned... he's Rest Hawk's Origin Pulse or Scald and Ice Beam. I don't understand that Primal Kyogre switch. He should have just thrown down the spike. He could have, you know, statused the Arceus Water somehow, or taken the free switch to the thing. But, like, I guess Arceus Water kind of annoys him. He's really banking on Mega Gengar to get it. But Tyranitar's purpose on these sorts of teams, a big one, seems to be fucking Mega Gengar killer. And especially in conjunction with Shed Shell Blissey. So Arceus is against the Yveltal. I'm not really a fan of that. As he switched to Klefki, wasting a Toxic. Nice move there, very nice. And yeah, I didn't see a reason to not fucking spike up, man. Sableye wasn't coming in on that shit. The worst that could have happened is spikes on Mega Sableye, then Play Rough as he switches to Primal Groudon. There are his spikes, not afraid of that this time, as a Judgment gets thrown out. And taking damage, he can even take another one and fire off a T-Wave, which, you know, as we saw in Game 1, T-Wave, the yellow magic, it's scary. Even when you don't care about the speed drop, just look at that. And he could have even taken another, he could have afforded to take another hit, like, easily. Because what's he switching into? Toxics from Lugia and Blissey. Not getting touched by that shit. He's, you don't see it much, but in GSC, a lot of times you'll see Pokemon switching around just to get some free leftovers, and you would see Klefki doing just that. But now it can, you know, not fear it. Now it can lay down some more spikes, and that will annoy everything. So, Primal Kyogre, its main niche in this battle, not in the metagame, is to slow down Arceus. You know, because he can't really switch into the Toxic Judgment combo very well, so he's just got to pivot around it. And I think he has burned one turn of sleep ever since he rested on the Primal Groudon that Precipice Bladed it the same turn and left it at the health it's currently at. So he can throw out an attack, which is nice, and then he can rest up and go back to full... Oh, he's Scald, so he can threaten Blissey, especially with spikes down. Well, that just, you know, went away, but... you know, force Arceus down, man. Look at that, 16, 11 recover PP. It's not going to have a million. You got to be smart about it, but it can definitely be done. Groudon's in. Please don't tell me he's switching to a Toxic. He switched to Blissey. Very nicely done. Now he's going to... He can't even Heal Bell now. He can't even... Like, as I said earlier, then Blissey was going to what's it called? Fucking Heal Bell and Concede a turn to momentum, but now it can't even Heal Bell. And speaking of momentum, he flubbed it by letting Lugia come out on Precipice Blades. Oh no, 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 no! Come on. Oh, I know he had... No, he didn't have to Roost. I guess Boof got caught up in the... Hey man, he's predicted my switch to Klefki. What if he goes to Primal Dawn? No, that was... He had to play it safe, man. That's alright. At least now he's pressuring with Yveltal. If it has U-turn, then he can really do some damage. But that Toxic is really bad. We don't know his last move on Battleground. We know Stab, Stealth Rock. If his last is Rest, then that would be really good. Somehow, though, I don't see that happening. So, and I don't exactly think he has any... Cliffy doesn't have Heal Bell. He predicts... See, even the Primal Groudon predicts result in damage. And he needs it healthy so badly. And it doesn't work. Instead, Lugia's sitting here pissing things off. And he didn't even switch out of the Dark Pulse, which is weird. I guess Yveltal being Toxic would have been really big for level 56 as well. And he goes back to it and eats an Ice Beam. I'm not sure if that's Assault Vest of Yveltal, which I'm sure is a thing, or just Lugia being weak. And now Blissey's going to get the Heal Bell off. He's not going to Dark Pulse legit to death. Soft Wheels first, just to be safe. And Boof, you're killing me. Because it was like, it wasn't perfectly played, but it was really, really well played. That was, well, he gets a very well timed flinch there. He's only going to need about 30 more. Actually 3, but whatever. Just overwhelm him with the spikes while you can, man. Just, now, he needs 2 more flinches since the Blissey used Heal Bell that turn. And that's, I mean, he is throwing out a lot of Dark Pulses. No, you know, only needed 1 more. That's rough. Use the Klefki, man. Overwhelm him with spikes. What are you doing? That's not going to end well. He's wasting Soft Wheels. Yippee. What could that set possibly fucking be? Now he got that poison. I talked about in, if you watched Shoka versus McMegan, some people, and I mean, I might be jumping to conclusions here, but some people, they just don't want to win. And it's buried somewhere in their heads. And, like, I can't explain. Like, you see it all the time in sports. Teams, like, obviously there's the last Super Bowl, like, but I'm sure if, I can't think of much off the top of my head since I'm not really, nearly the sports fanatic that I was in my younger age. But you can find so many examples of teams doing inexplicably stupid shit and just losing, because it was in them. They were going to lose. The coach, whoever made the play, they were called to play, he was like, you know what, I don't want to win today. We're going to let that... I've had it happen to me in the baseball diamonds an unfortunate amount of times, because everyone's incompetent in America. Incompetence is easily... I think it should be one of the 7 deadly sins. It's really bad. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was. Once it was clear you were not flinching him to death, you have Klefki, man. What are you so worried about? He did not have to do that. The Groudon thing I could at least sort of understand, but that, once he was done with a soft-willed Heal Bell junk, then what the fuck was the point of that? Do you really think that was gonna work out? He wasted. Yeah, he's not wasting PP at this point. That was. Yeah, that was... He was going so well, but... Why? I mean, there's taking risks and predicting, and there's being dumb. And that was just really, really dumb. As Blissey gets back up to full, and... Arceus is just... Yeah, man, I just... I'm pretty jaded after today's events. Just Pokemon being the worst. Yeah, that was just... I don't know how many different ways I can say that was inexcusable, but that really was just. How was that going to... He said himself, I think I lost now, after he saw Veltal get toxic. Then why would you let it get toxic? Oh, if this toxic hits, I probably lose. Well, let's roll the odds and see if toxic hits me, shall we? Yeah. Just awful. At least Klefki can, you know, fucking throw down spikes and chip away at everything. Groudon's at full. Arceus coming in to defog. Oh, it gets toxic. Thank God he's making something happen. Alright, toxic, that helps a lot. And it also meant that a random switch into Mega Sableye wouldn't fuck him up, since the last thing he needs, in addition to his toxic pokes, are spikes on his side of the field. So Arceus getting worn down, that's really helpful. So he can lay down some spikes now. Too bad Groudon, you know, takes damage every time it comes in, except for if it's after a kill. And at least he can keep rocks up now, although I think I would have just play rough, you know, force damage on him. As he recovers, he can still sort of be helped. Oh, he misses Precipice Blades. You gotta be kidding me. You know, as if... Yeah, that would have put a lot of pressure on him. And although he could have, I don't know, man, just stalled Primal Groudon out with Toxic, switched to Mega Sableye when it was going to die to ensure he couldn't get up rocks, finish it off with Lugia Ice Beam, and just... Oh, alright, at least he got up rocks there, as I'm going to switch to Lugia, which is Sableye food. And, that Arceus, that should be fucking hammered, by Precipice Blades, can now come in on Klefki and defog. Although it is toxic, so it is not going to be that easy. Lugia should... I would expect to switch to Primal Groudon on level 56's. No, he just Ice Beam. He's just tunnel visioning that shit. I don't know. Just spike like hell, man. It's all you can really do at this point. I mean, even Primal Groudon fucks Boof up. Yeah, as you see there. Another Toxic would have been decent. Oh, did he double? Okay, he went to a Veltal. I'm not sure how good that is. Maybe it's Scarf or Veltal. That's why he used nothing but Dark Pulse and didn't hit all that hard. But Oblivion Wing, you know, is pretty nice. You know, it's Toxic and it's gonna heal itself and it's gonna hit hard. Not all that hard, since Scarf or Veltal is kind of not all that strong. Let's see. Another switch. Did that work? Huh. Okay, it didn't. He switched to Blissey, so he predicted that and went to Kyogre. Huh. Alright, he better go to Klefki and throw out another Toxic. That's absolutely the right way to go. I don't think he's... Blissey does run Wish Boiled, right? Like, yeah, I think Wish Boiled is a lot better than Wish. Because, like, if you were to Wish here and then pass to Primal Groudon, like, your Primal Groudon wouldn't be getting weak, so... actually, no, it's, yeah, I think... Alright, I guess... I wonder if Restock Primal Kyogre can, with support, stall those guys out. That is what I'm wondering. So he doesn't Scald Burn, but it was Heal Bell, so, you know, he's saving his Scald Burn for the real event. No Ice Beam Freeze. Wow, why? Dude, Klefki, come on, save your Kyogre PP. That's, like, your last chance. That's your fucking... I'm gonna stall everything out now. I don't know what... Arceus Water comes in. Scald... No burn. At least you can sit in on this and Scald all day. And try to waste more recovers, etc. But it should not have come to this at all. Scald proving it's... That was a weak one. Apologies. No burn. Freeze? Ah! Now we might get somewhere. And with all those attacks thrown around, Boof, I guess... I guess he did miss the Precipice Blades on it earlier. I mean, Arceus probably being on it. He has a Heal Bell Blissey. That's not the end of the fucking world. Heal Bell Blissey could switch in right now and get rid of that. He better take advantage of this while he can. Just... Groudon's so weakened, and it's at 47, and it takes damage every time it switches in, and it's just... he was going strong, and then just fizzled out. Like that. That was a weak snap, too. Like that. Just... Pokemon kills me sometimes, man. Thankfully... What? You gotta be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. I have no words, man. I really don't. He better have used Ice Beam there. Nope, he just let it get... You really cannot be serious. He got the freeze he was fishing for, and then he fucking thawed him! And then he forfeited. I have no words. I really don't. That was... Yeah. Congrats to level 56 for winning. I'm going to go eat that burnt pizza. Thank you for watching.